spin out.
But you're saying, okay, I'm going to do this in F sharp minor.
That's right. So we just try to hear a melody in there, and through habit, through habituation.
Yeah.
From playing millions of exercises and hundreds of little things, so you'll harmonize. You'll naturally add other voices if you're in the mood to. But I'm focused on the top line. Sometimes I'm focused on just the bass, and anything I'm adding above it is whatever I can get lucky with at that moment. For instance, if now I'm starting to hear the top, now my attention's going over to the melody in the top. I intended to keep it in the bass. I'm going to get back into the bass mode. I'm generating it from the bass. I'm conscious of the top melody. Right. Sometimes I think of chords like there. I definitely think of the names of these chords. E minors, A7, D, G.
The cycle.
Yeah. Comes the bass. Sharp, key of 1 sharp. Here chords. Ask me whatever you need to as I'm playing too.
Well, actually, I'm following you. I'm doing a pretty good job so far. I just can't do it.
I still call this the bass if it's the lowest voice.
Sure.
Even if it's up on string 3 like that. Feeling chromatic. Yeah. Inner line. Chords implied there was like 1 minor, A minor, 5, 1, 7, 4, 4 minor, 1 minor, 5 of 5, which is 2, 5. Those are only some options. This could be different progression. Like this bass line implies quite a different feeling than when you're filling in all the half steps.
Right.
Plus, this thing doesn't always have to be A7 before the D. This could be A minor 7. This could be F sharp diminished.
I like the 3-note when it turns into that.
I mean, when I've got some loud
layering
inside.
effect.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I have fun with that. That's Bach's favorite. He wrote a lot of stuff in 3 voices.
I'm very ignorant about what he did. Unfortunately, I've got to get into that. And somebody like you is the perfect person to hit me to that, because I've had a lot of sort of stuffy classical teachers try to explain it, and it's not quite the same.
Bach loves 3 things the most: 4, 5, and 1. He builds an arsenal of sound out of that.
The 1, 4, 5.
Yeah, but 4, 5, 1. It's a trick.
You're saying.
If you organize it that way, sometimes you get closer to a lot of his approach harmony. His themes are clear cut. Many times his themes involve him stating something with a tonic, then going off into either a 5 or a 4, and whichever one he didn't do, he'll come and get that pretty soon. Mm-hmm. Sometimes with a stopover on the 1 in between. For instance, to hear him go. I mean, that's so typical. So it's just. So if he had hit the 1 in between the 4 and 5. This note, he uses it a lot as a half-step thing, and also as the root of chords. The way we hear it is root. To him, it's not the root.
I think he's thinking flat 6.
Lowered 6th tone, yeah. And he uses this note an awful lot too, but only on the 1 chord when it's ascending primarily, as in
melodic minor.
Yeah, it does go down sometimes too, but more often than not, that's going to be.
Broke the rule there. You made the rule.
It happens on a 5 chord more than on a 1. You'll hear this.
Okay.
As much as you'd hear, which they tell you not to do either of those in the books. But tell that to Bach, he does them both. He does avoid them too. He loves to, and not play just the scale. He'll change in there. He'll go somewhere else so that he doesn't have to go straight stepwise. But definitely his harmonies are real clear cut at the beginnings of his pieces. What happens is once he's established those, a lot of inner parts flow in approaching various tonics along the way. And in those you'll find his favorite progression is 4-5-1. It's just something he's just crazy about. You hear more of this sound. That ascending line than just about any line in some fashion. It's a cycle of 6. What did we start at C? So the 6th of C is?
A.
Minor.
A minor.
So we went same kind of progression in A minor. 6th of A minor.
F sharp.
Well, key center now.
F.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. C here, yeah.
Is that a familiar sound to your ear? Because those are 4-5-1s in various tone centers.
But it's a whole different way of hearing for me. It really is.
If you hear first inversion, you'll do well for yourself, as on the 4s and 5s. That's his favorite. If you're going to study the harmony of Bach.
Because when I'm listening to a jazz piece or something like that, because sometimes it's not so contrapuntal, I'm so caught up in listening to the different lines, and sometimes I'm not even really trying to think too much about what it is. I'm just listening to it, and I would like to get to the point where I'm more analytical and able to.
Well, it's good that you're enjoying it. That's a good sign that you're at least enjoying it.
Oh, most definitely.
So when you hear this line for an A minor, and you hear it, even though that's 6-7,
Right.
Ray 6, Ray 7, 1, that's also 4-5-1 in the primal sense, the way we're calling it.
Like D to E.
D7.